Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever the case may be. I am the Wizard Man. And in this video, I am going to discuss the famous Roger Patterson footage of Bigfoot. Or is it a film of Big Suit? Let's discuss. Now, this footage was shot in 1967 by Roger Patterson, and it shows a Bigfoot walking away from the camera. It turns briefly towards Patterson, who is holding the camera, and continues walking slowly into the woods. And then it's lost. Now, you cannot overlook the money motivation in the whole thing. If you were to have some footage of a Bigfoot or Sasquatch, especially really good footage, that footage would generate a lot of money. It would be worth a lot of money. There's a market for that footage. Unfortunately, because there's chance for financial gain, that motivates people to hoax such Bigfoot footage and Sasquatch footage. Patterson at the time was making a documentary about Bigfoot, and then he just happens to stumble upon a Bigfoot walking in the woods. Seems a little convenient. I mean, this guy must be the luckiest guy on the planet Earth. He should have played the lottery the next day, and he would have won. Now, as I said, the creature walks away, turns towards the camera, and then continues walking. At never any point did the creature assess if Patterson was a threat or not. It just briefly looks at him and goes away. I would think that if this was some kind of wild animal, it would look at Patterson, stare at him, try to analyze if Patterson was a threat or not. Or it would run away, thinking, why take a chance? I've never seen a human before, or I very rarely see these humans, so the Bigfoot's going to run away. Or the Bigfoot would think Patterson's some kind of threat and would try to chase Patterson and fight him. Now, I've heard an argument where people say, well, movie studios back in 1967 wouldn't have the skills and the technology to replicate such a good-looking ape suit. There's no way they could have done that. And my question to that is, how do you know? Says who? And even if you're right, like maybe Universal or Warner Brothers or whoever didn't have the know-how to make a realistic ape suit, who's to say that an indie studio, they may have the know-how, the technology and whatnot, the skills to make a very convincing ape suit. I've seen some indie horror films that are very convincing and look very good. You can find a lot of stuff here on YouTube. Also, the head resembles that of an ape, which is what you'd expect on an ape costume. Now, another argument is that people will say, well, there's been animals in the past that people thought were extinct, and they turned out to be still living. One example of this is the giant squid. Giant squid was thought to be a myth. Lo and behold, in the late 1800s, it was found out to be true. And there's other animals that fit the same category. And while that's true, that's not a convincing argument for the existence of Bigfoot. Let me explain. Let's say I was looking for a T-Rex, and people said, oh, the Wizard Man, that's silly. There's no such thing as T-Rex. They're extinct. And I said the exact same argument. Well, some animals were thought to be extinct and they turned out not to be extinct. It's pretty much a waste of time to go looking for a T-Rex. I think we can all agree on that. I'm not saying that I 100% know that there is no Bigfoot. I'm not saying that I can 100% prove that there is no Sasquatch. What I am saying is that it's unlikely. It's more likely to believe that this is a person in a costume rather than some unknown animal or some missing link. But to the general question, is Bigfoot real? Is the Patterson film real? Or is the Patterson film that of a hoax? All I can say is, you are the judge.